If you've landed on this channel and at this video, then you're probably in search of the perfect name for your new dog. In this video, we're going to talk about ancient Egyptian names of gods and goddesses. So here we go. First, we start with Anubis. It's fitting that Anubis be the first name in this category, as this YouTube channel is all about dogs, and the Egyptian god Anubis has the head of a canine, which is often referred to as a jackal. But some historians believe it might be more likely that it is the head of a wolf. I don't know, but to me, he's always resembled a greyhound or a pharaoh hound or some other type of sighthound. What do you think? Well, whatever he is, or was truly meant to be representative of, it's obviously a canine, and a very cool looking one at that. Okay, so with that aside, Anubis was the first god of the dead and the underworld. But his father, Osiris, that's another name we'll discuss in a little bit, took over that role, so Anubis could guide souls into the afterlife. I'm sure all dog parents know about Rainbow Bridge, where our beloved dogs that have passed on will meet us when we die. So I think it's very fitting that Anubis protected and guided departed souls to the underworld. Next we have Bastet. Sure, this is the name of a cat goddess, but why not use it for a dog that adores cats and treats them like royalty? There are some dogs that love cats. Bastet was the goddess of fertility, beauty, and pleasure, also of good health and a protector against evil. Bes was the god of childbirth and protected pregnant women and children. He would even entertain the kids by singing, smiling, and laughing at them. He would also guard against evildoers or those who had intent to harm, for anyone who sought his protection. His female counterpart is called Beset. Geb was known as the Egyptian god of the earth. His name actually means weak or lame one, but he was actually one of the most powerful gods and was called upon to heal the sick. He is often depicted with the head of a goose or with a goose standing on his head. His skin is often shown to be green and might represent growth and vegetation. Sometimes Geb is also depicted as half man, half snake. He also was thought to be responsible for earthquakes, drought, healthy soil, and vegetation. Now to Hathor. Hathor was the Egyptian goddess of love, women, beauty, music, dance, joy, and the sky. Her name, Hathor, means estate or house of Horus. She is strongly associated with motherhood and is often depicted as a cow, or having a cow's ears, or wearing a headdress with a cow's horns. So far, these are all good things, but Hathor also had a dark side. She was vengeful, and she punished humankind, slaughtering many before the god Ra, or Re, put a stop to it. Horus. Horus is a well-known god. He is the god of the sky, the god of falcons and war, and the protector of pharaohs. Horus was born the son of Osiris and Isis. This is significant to his storyline and explains his strong dislike of the god Set. If you're interested to know more about that, just do a YouTube search, and I'm sure there are plenty of videos about his feud with Seth. The name Horus is thought to mean falcon, but also possibly the distant one or one who is above or over. His symbol, the Eye of Horus, is a symbol of protection. It wards off evil and protects individuals, both alive and dead. He is most often depicted with the head of a falcon or might take the full form of a falcon. Isis, the mother of Horus and the wife of Osiris. She is possibly the most well-known and most important of all the ancient Egyptian goddesses. She was the goddess of marriage, fertility, motherhood, medicine, healing, protection, and magic. She is also associated with funerals, the afterlife, protector of deceased souls, rebirth, reincarnation, and eternal life. She has many names depending on the country and the language. Isis, which is her Greek name, and Iset, which is her Egyptian name, or at least one of her Egyptian names, as she is known as the Lady of 10,000 Names. But Iset probably means throne or goddess of the throne. She is often depicted as a beautiful woman with wings. Her headdress is sometimes a throne, and later it became a solar disk with cow horns on each side, or ram horns. There may also be a vulture on the headdress, whose head rests on Isis's forehead. She usually wears a long, floor-length gown and may hold a papyrus scepter with one hand and an ankh with the other. She may also take the appearance of a sow, a cow, a scorpion, or a tree, and has even been depicted to have the lower half of a snake. Khepri is depicted as a man with a scarab beetle as a head. He represents both the morning sun and the setting sun, and is associated with creation and rebirth. His name means, "he who has come into being." Osiris. He's one of the 5 original gods of ancient Egypt. He is the god of fertility, agriculture, the dead, afterlife, resurrection, and life. He is often depicted with either green or black skin, as a mummy, or partially wrapped as a mummy, with a pharaoh's beard, a white crown of Upper Egypt, with colorful feathers on each side, and he's often holding a crook in one hand and a flail in the other. It's possible, but not known for sure, that his name, when translated back to the original Egyptian, could mean engendering principle, or seat of the eye, or the mighty one. Ptah. Ptah is the ancient Egyptian god of creation. He is the one thought to exist before all other things. He is also the god of craftsmen and architects. He is usually depicted with green skin and wrapped as a mummy. His head was shaved, but he wore a skull cap. He holds a scepter with both hands, which includes both an ankh and a jed. Ra, or Re, was known as the supreme sun god and thought to be the original creation god. Re was the most worshipped god of ancient Egypt. It is said he is without parents because he created himself. He is usually depicted as a human with the head of a falcon or the head of a hawk. A crown with a sun disk and a sacred cobra sits on top of his head, and he looked like a child in the morning, an adult in the afternoon, and an old man at sunset. He was reborn with the sun every morning. His symbols are the sun disk, the tree of life, and the phoenix. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope you found a new name for your new dog. See you next time, and thanks for watching Dog Details.